His children, 6 children, are in the courtroom at this point listening to all of this. And the jury was picked knowing that they needed a certain level of comfort to hear these types of descriptions. It was very emotional and really tough to hear.
What if everything you thought you knew about your favorite star was a lie? That's exactly the unsettling question swirling around the ongoing trial of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. A legal battle of shocking proportions is unfolding, revealing secrets so dark they threaten to rewrite the story of one of the most iconic figures in music history. Diddy, once the shining symbol of hip-hop royalty, now finds himself facing allegations so twisted they could change the world's perception of him forever. At the center of this storm is Cassie Ventura, the former starlet and Diddy's ex-girlfriend. Her testimony, backed by explosive video evidence, is revealing a side of Diddy that no one could have anticipated. As the drama continues to unfold in Manhattan's federal courthouse, one question remains at the forefront of everyone's mind. How far would someone go to maintain control, and what happens when their empire of power starts to crumble?
On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties.
Beneath Manhattan's leaden sky, a bustling crowd converged on the federal courthouse where the trial of Sean Diddy Combs.
The courtroom is charged with attention that can only come from a high-profile trial. It's not just the legal wrangling that grips people's attention, it's the emotional toll on the people closest to Diddy. For the first time in public since the scandal broke, his children are in the courtroom, sitting in the front row, their faces a mixture of shock, disbelief, and fear. For them, it's not just a trial. It's the unveiling of their father's darkest secrets.
The unexpected presence of the Combs family drew all eyes for the first time.
Imagine being a child, listening to horrifying accounts of your father's actions. For Delilah, Jesse, and Chance, hearing Cassie describe the so-called freak-off parties and learning about their mother, Kim Porter's potential role in them, is unbearable. Delilah and Jesse in particular are visibly shaken. As the details grow more disturbing, they can't bear to witness it any longer. They rise and leave, clutching each other tightly, tears streaming down their faces. It's a gut-wrenching moment that leaves everyone in the room wondering, how deep does this go? Can the damage to the Combs family be undone?
What is a freak-off? The freak-off essentially was something that Cassie said she learned about through Sean Combs about a year into their relationship.
The trial's focus soon shifts to the disturbing accounts Cassie Ventura provides about Diddy's freak-off parties, exclusive, carefully orchestrated events that Cassie describes as nothing short of a nightmare.
It depends on where the relationship goes. If it's something that you didn't want to share and it's your secret, it's your secret. I do believe in karma if you're hurting people.
These weren't just wild celebrity gatherings. They were meticulously planned ordeals where Diddy exerted total control. According to Cassie, the freak-off events were his way of satisfying an overwhelming desire to dominate and manipulate everyone in his orbit. Cassie recalls being coerced into taking part in these bizarre and degrading parties, where every detail, from the lighting to the attire, was controlled by Diddy. He enjoyed watching me with others, she says in her testimony, her voice quivering with emotion. But the horror didn't stop there. She goes on to describe how Diddy's control was absolute, dictating who would be present, how they should behave, and even the specifics of the outfits they were expected to wear. For Cassie, there was no room to say no. If she refused, the consequences were dire. If I didn't comply, he threatened to destroy me, she explained. The question lingers. How did Diddy's power get to this point? How many others did he manipulate in this twisted game?
In time, let's talk about the fact that Combs' co-defendant in a civil case, a case, by the way, that accuses him and this co-defendant, another A-lister, of rape. This guy is once again slamming the attorney behind the case, insisting that he be sanctioned for allegedly not doing his job. We're talking, of course.
But the trial takes a turn for the worse when Cassie's attorney, Samantha Klein, introduces a video. This isn't just any video. It's the footage from a freak-off party that, according to the prosecution, is key evidence in the case. The courtroom grows tense as the screen flickers to life, revealing a lavish, neon-lit mansion by the sea, filled with an atmosphere of excess and debauchery. As the video plays, the audience is forced to witness a side of Diddy's world that was previously hidden from the public. Celebrities, models, and entrepreneurs, once seen as icons, are shown engaging in compromising acts. The revelers, including Diddy himself, move through the scene like actors in a play, no longer in control of their own actions, but puppets in a world where Diddy is the director. But then the screen shifts. A familiar face appears. Kim Porter, the late mother of Diddy's children. She's seated on a couch, her expression vacant, her eyes glazed over. It's a haunting image. For Delilah and Jesse, seeing their mother in this state is too much to bear. They quickly stand up and leave the room, their grief palpable. But what does this image mean? Was Kim Porter part of this twisted world? And could her death in 2018, officially attributed to pneumonia, have been something more? Could she have been silenced because she knew too much? These questions start to unravel, adding fuel to the fire of speculation surrounding Diddy's empire.
Her words, she didn't want to do it, but she felt like she had to do it.
Gosh, it's so difficult to hear all of these details.
In the front row, Diddy's children wrestle with the shock of seeing their mother in this compromising light. Delilah and Jesse can't contain their emotion. They flee the courtroom, their sobs echoing in the halls as they leave. But Chance, Diddy's eldest daughter, stays seated. She watches the video with a cold detachment, her face a mask of composure. What's going on behind her eyes? Is she too grappling with the truth about her father's actions? Or is there something deeper at play? As the trial continues, the stakes for Diddy's family rise. Chance's stoicism raises questions. Does she believe in her father, or is she hiding her true feeling? Justin, Diddy's son from a previous relationship, remains calm as well. His demeanor is equally unreadable, but there's something about his presence that feels off. What does he know that we don't?
Give us a little space. Give us a little space. Give us a little space.
Without a word, all three left the room. The question lingers, what was revealed in that footage?
As the trial unfolds, more chilling revelations come to light. According to Cassie's testimony, these freak-off parties weren't just about excessive behavior. They were a part of a much larger system of control and manipulation, a world where Diddy used his power to dominate everyone around him. For Cassie, the price of fame was steep. She was coerced into not only attending these parties, but also recruiting people for them. What's more disturbing, however, is what this says about Diddy's empire. Was this part of a wider scheme of exploitation? Diddy's influence in the music industry, his control over people's careers, their lives, was it all part of a greater plan? Cassie's description of Diddy's dominance, from controlling her career to threatening her with the release of compromising videos, paints a terrifying picture of a man who wielded power with ruthless precision. But then there's the question of Kim Porter. Was she involved in this web of manipulation too? The appearance of her image on the video raises disturbing questions about her death. Was she another victim of Diddy's control, or was her passing a calculated move to keep her silent? As the trial continues to unfold, the public watches closely. The trial isn't just about justice, it's about the unraveling of a man who was once considered an untouchable icon. Cassie's courage in speaking out has won her widespread support, but the focus quickly shifts to Diddy's children. Why did Chance, Delilah, and Jesse attend the trial? What do they know? Why did they sit in the front row at a moment so crucial to their father's future? The question on everyone's mind is, what's going on behind the scenes? Social media explodes with speculation. Some believe Chance and Justin are simply there to support their father, but others suspect they are playing their own game. Could Chance, still struggling with the pain of being excluded from the family's narrative, have orchestrated her mother's children's appearance at the trial? And what about Justin? His cold composure seems to signal a deeper, more calculated plan. Could he be using the trial as a way to settle old scores? As the trial progresses, the emotional stakes continue to rise for Diddy's children. Delilah and Jesse are still reeling from the video, but Chance appears unshaken. However, her calm demeanor raises questions. Is she protecting her father, or is she hiding something more sinister? Could she have been pushed into this position by Justin, who has long been a silent strategist within the family? It's Justin, though, who remains the most enigmatic figure. His presence during the trial suggests he's playing a much bigger role than anyone realizes. Was he the one who leaked the infamous White Party video to Cassie's attorney? What's his true motivation? Revenge, power, or something else entirely? As the trial nears its conclusion, one question lingers. Is Diddy's empire built on lies, manipulation, and control? Cassie's testimony, backed by shocking video evidence, paints a picture of a man who used his power not just to entertain, but to dominate those around him. But the most chilling revelation of all may be the possibility that Kim Porter's death was not an accident, but a calculated move to silence someone who knew too much. The Combs family's reactions, from the tearful flight of Delilah and Jesse to the cold resolve of Chance and Justin, suggests that the truth is far more complicated than anyone expected. As the trial presses on, The public waits for answers to questions that could forever alter the legacy of Diddy and the world he built.